Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Trade Talks. I hope that y'all are doing wonderful. Great to see you here. Happy Friday. Welcome to you on TikTok, too. Great to have you in here. Guys, if you've been here before, welcome back. We love that y'all come in. We love that you come hang out with us. We think that we're doing really good things in the trades, and we love bringing y'all more information each and every day, new stuff that we find. If you're new here, we always recommend getting up every morning and learning your trade, learning your niche, studying it for 30 minutes to an hour, because most people aren't. And if you want to move up in your industry, that is the best way to do it. So we've put these shows together where we talk about all kinds of different things for all kinds of different trades, so you don't have to get up and do all the research. Squirt does.
Yeah, I'd get up and do it every morning. And everybody, happy freaking Friday. Just always happy for Friday to get here. I know it's a weekend break coming up, but it's just to get ready for Monday again.
I love the
that's
Mondays.
My favorite part.
I really do.
I'm Henry Wakefield, 20-year pipe fitter by trade, and now I run Leak Pro. And we'd like to thank Leak Pro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks, where they build the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. And to check out our equipment, visit www.leak-pro.com. And I always suggest looking at the complete kit. It comes with both pieces of equipment that we build, the probe for outdoors, that meter to the home service, and then that sidekick when you go in or you're listening through any slab. But also, you can come out and spend a couple days with me and learn every aspect of leak detection, from locating the lines, pinpoint locating leaks under the slab, outside of the slab, even how to find leaks on a sewer system.
Whoa.
And how to market this for your business in your local area. So give me a call, 1-8888-LEAK-PRO. I'd be happy to discuss the equipment or the training with you.
And guys, it'd be great to see y'all out here. And another good thing is after you go through the training, you start doing YouTube. You start showing people how you find leaks, how good you find leaks. Guys, this will help your business grow. And anytime I mention YouTube to people, like, oh man, I can't. Why can't you? Well, I don't have any followers. I'm not getting enough views. I don't have all that fancy equipment that you guys like. Guys, I started out with iPads, with iPhones, a laptop computer and the camera on it. So trust me, I put together a webinar to teach you how to do YouTube. And it's just to teach you the things that you need to get over in order to do it. So if it's something that you'd like to learn, just go to www.justmattroger.com and check out that webinar. I think you'll really be surprised. Now, it's Friday, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to jump into the national news. And there's major rail expansion that has just been approved. And this is going to be great because thousands of blue-collar jobs are expected. The United States is witnessing a significant surge in rail infrastructure project. States like Texas, California.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And Indiana are launching or expanding major rail routes. Now, this is something I've always wanted to see, do, and learn.
Well, that's it, because the cool thing is this isn't just, old railroad style
It's not a
rails
train
anymore, guys. That's it. This isn't just for your normal trains. This is going to include high speed and commuter services. Okay. And I like the rail that's around Dallas now. I always thought as a kid growing up, man, what's it like to ride the subway up in New York? Because you always see it on the shows and stuff. And
oh, no, this is nothing like the subway in New York.
I know.
We need to go.
I know. But to have this here as something that's like, well, I can still kind of ride the same vehicle. Pretty neat. Now, ours is mainly above ground, with some parts underground, which is the coolest part.
I don't even know I've ever been in an underground rail.
Oh, I have. I've even went down to that station before because I was doing something near it, and it was like, oh, go here, and then you just walk up to this little box and you go down, and then you're at this station, and it's like, holy cow, wow, that elevator is just like in the middle of nothing. So it's really neat. Cool. Yeah.
But it's like that way in New York too. You get on elevators that'll take you down. You get on stairwells that'll take you down. There's a lot of neat stuff down there. But I've always wanted to get like a car train where, I mean, you get on it in California, you get off in New York, you've got a bedroom, you've got a bed.
I want to do that. I want to
go across the United States and just say, hey, I rode a train across the United States.
You know what? Maybe that's what me and Ellie can do for a bit.
Or maybe me and you can do that and go make a video plumbing on a train.
Hey, yeah.
I'm just saying.
That's it.
Go ahead.
These initiatives are anticipated to create thousands of jobs, both directly and indirectly, guys. And this is going to enhance the economic activity, particularly in regions like Houston and Dallas.
Okay, now, since I was a kid, they were talking about a high-speed rail from Dallas to Houston, 90 minutes to go 250 miles or 300 miles, whatever it is. It's 258, something like that. 90 minutes. I've been holding my breath since I was in like middle school because I'm like, that would just be neater than shit.
I think it actually could become a reality now. Like it's coming in the future.
I've been hearing that. Okay, so Squirt says, good morning, everyone. Happy freaking Friday.
That's it.
Paul Johnson says, what's up, Roger and Squirt?
Morning.
Brother Abe, how we doing? Says, good morning, everyone. And Paul Johnson says, Indiana in the house.
All right.
All right, getting a little recognition there. Not a bad deal. The cool thing about this is the expansion is expected to generate numerous employment opportunities, construction, maintenance, and operations. The economic boost is the enhanced rail connectivity will facilitate business travel and logistics, stimulating local economies. And guys, anytime you can look at stuff like that, what can we build? What can we do to grow? What makes the world smaller? You know, the internet does. And I mean, we can be from one place to the other on the internet immediately. Well, now we're getting where we can do it on a rail.
Imagine that. Like, okay, so here's where my mind went is.
Okay, I know. I
Link
saw
Pro
it.
getting a call, an order placed in Houston. Oh man, I can have that delivered in a couple hours.
Yeah,
Train leaves in 20 minutes. Yeah, I can catch that.
yeah.
Wouldn't that be just wild? Like, yeah. I mean,
It's the world we're coming up in.
90 minutes to cruise just about all the way down Texas. That's pretty
You know
quick.
what? It's to cruise far enough down Texas that you could Uber to the coast.
That yeah.
I mean, you could just Uber down to Galveston. Don't get me wrong, it ain't gonna be cheap.
Yeah.
But you could Uber to Galveston and say, you know what? I woke up this morning in Dallas, got on a high-speed train. By lunch,
Yep.
I'm on the beach.
Yep. That's it.
I'm out of here. I'm done.
The rail's not
See you later,
built
bye.
yet.
Oh, okay.
No rail yet. Sorry.
mind, man.
You
Man,
know,
I was headed
kinda
that
stuck,
direction.
Kind of stuck.
All right, so we're going to talk about website reviews here. If Randy will pull it up, we're going to talk about the Plumbing Zone. And plumbingzone.com is a dedicated forum for professional plumbers, offering a platform to discuss industry trends, safety protocols, tools, and project experiences. Isn't that kind of what we talk about here?
It is. And, you know, I figured I'd spotlight you plumbers today since it's Friday.
Woo! Happy freaking Friday.
Yeah. Stick around to the end because, we got some fun stuff coming up. You know, it was already discussed this week. So if you know, you know. Hey, if not, stick around. You're going to find out. But Plumbing Zone. Look, I found your little. You touched that one. Okay.
I moved mine out to the side. I'll do it just to piss you off. We're to the left.
Here's your little chat area.
Hey, happy
Okay.
Friday, y'all.
Like-
It's a beautiful day.
That's it. We've been talking about forums. These have been kind of coming up on and off here lately, and I've been pointing some more of them out because guess what, guys? This is real people, and most of them are
And people
in the
like us.
trades, and they're actually
Yeah.
trying to help each other with the knowledge, get through some troubles, some things they're troubleshooting, show off some good work, things like that. And I really like some of these communities that we stumble across and find because, guys, the more people that you know, the more people you network with and things like that, it can open up doors, but also you can help each other and they can help you.
And here's the deal. The bigger your network, the bigger your net worth. And if you don't understand that, you need to start thinking, hey, man, wait a minute. The more people you know, the better you can grow.
Yeah. That's it. And all the topics here, guys, they talk about anything and everything plumbing, you weirdos. But, you know, hey, they talk every aspect.
Some of us love
I
what
know.
we do. Love it. I mean, like, oh my gosh.
I know. And I think it's great. Like, I do. Like, there's a bunch of y'all I know. Y'all love plumbing. You love being a plumber.
Mm-hmm.
And you live it all day, every day from sun up to sundown. And it's just pretty wild. Now, I'll work that way if it's scheduled. But I think it's really cool.
I'm going to schedule it. Just
There you
schedule
go,
it. All
yeah.
day, every day. Just
All day,
schedule
every day.
it. Go
Just
ahead.
schedule it.
Just schedule it.
But these forums, guys, be a part of some of these communities. Go find your right spot and get in there and pass on the knowledge. Learn some new things that are going to help you out, and that's the key.
And this is great because it's a community engagement, a place for plumbers to share insights, troubleshoot issues, exchange advice.
Yeah.
And there's resource sharing in there. You have access to discussions on the latest tools, machinery, techniques in the plumbing industry. Guys, we talk about this all the time. Get up and learn your niche, learn your industry better than anybody else. And this emphasizes the importance of community forums and staying up to date, staying updated, and connecting within your trade. Connecting with people that know what you do and love what you do. I love when you get in these forums and people start off saying, well, I'm not a plumber, but. Well, number one, right there, I'm click, next, I'm done.
Well,
You're not a plumber. Don't tell me what you think.
like I was always intrigued working with travelers because, guys, I'm born and raised here in Dallas, Texas. I've traveled out a little bit, nothing majorly far. But to hear some of the other opportunities that are out there, like how the union works up in New York, it's way different than what we've got down here in
that's the
Texas. And, everybody's like, man, Henry, you should just go up there and see it one day. You probably wouldn't want to stay up there long because of your work ethic and how you work.
Yeah, they'll come by and say, dude, slow down.
Slow down.
Slow down.
Oh, no,
You're
no.
putting in
You're not doing that
way
much
too much
today.
work.
So, and I'm like, yeah, I would not like that. You're all right.
Right.
Because I want to perform 8 hours work for 8 hours pay
Which is the way we were taught. It's the way we were raised.
at my pace. That's faster than a lot of guys, and that's
not
fine.
what you think 8 hours work is.
That's right.
8 hours work is 2 4-inch welds done, complete.
Yeah. I was going to say, by
wait,
MCAA hours, I was probably working about a 12-hour day or more in that
You wish
8
we'd have got
hours.
paid
I
by
know.
MCAA
Oh,
hours.
I wish I could have. Oh, that would be a good
Not a bad gig.
deal for everybody
Not
in
a
the
bad
field.
gig. All right, we're going to roll over into business growth because we're going to talk about smart hiring. And before I go into this, I'm gonna tell you something because I read an article on Facebook the other day, and it was a post, not an article, but a post by a friend of mine. And he made a post, and he's got a big company. And he says, we were looking for this new position. So what we did is we went into AI, we built out what we're looking for, and asked it questions to ask.
Oh.
And so we would literally, when somebody would apply, we'd send them this deal. Then we took all those answers and put it into AI and said, based on what we're looking for and these answers giving, who are our top candidates?
I like that.
And while it was also an AI, it said, so what questions should we be asking and that we're not if this is the kind of person we're looking for? And man, I was just completely blown away by what all they were doing with that. So smart hiring is amazing because attracting and keeping reliable trades workers in the current labor market, it's hard to do. And attracting and retaining the skilled tradespeople is crucial. Strategies include offering competitive wages. Great. Some people will leave you for another dollar.
Yep.
But competitive wages isn't what it's all about. Providing career advancement, opportunities, and fostering a positive work environment. That's what people are looking for. They're looking for the company culture. And key strategies to do this are be competitive. Your compensation needs to be competitive. It doesn't have to be the highest paying. You ensure wages and benefits are attractive to the potential hires. But here's the big one, guys, the career development. If I work for you and you're making me smarter, you're helping me learn each and every year where I learn, I grow, I do things different. Guys, that's amazing because that is going to help me stay around forever. And, when I sold Texas Green Plumbing, I sold to another company. They spent about $10,000 a year per employee training them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, those people will never leave. Now, you build a positive culture. You cultivate a workplace environment that values and respects workers, but not just the workers, their families. What do the workers want to learn and do and grow? But I remember this at Brand Engineering one day. I think I was talking to Barry. Is either Barry or Ronnie? And we were talking about the Christmas party coming up, and they're like, well, we're going to award a lot of the guys on your job, because we were down at Republic Tire.
Yep.
We're going to award a lot of guys on your job for working overtime and stuff like this. And what do you think would be a good award? I'm like, give something to our wives, give something to our girlfriends. These are the people that gave up.
Yeah.
They gave up
Yeah.
nights with us. They gave up weekends with us. You do something for them.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine you're married. They give you a cruise, all paid cruise. And guys, you can get cruises for under $1,000. They put you on a cruise.
Oh, bye.
I'm blocking your way. They put you on this cruise. Your wife is like, dude, you ain't never leaving there.
Yep.
They're taking care of
taking care of
mama.
me now.
They're taking care of mama.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
Honey, are you really that sick? You can't go to work today? I think you should.
think you can.
I don't,
I'm
I
running
don't
your
want to miss
temperature
that on the cruise.
Hey, your temperature's not up to 106. I think you can go to work today. But guys, here's the deal. This is a way to discuss real life examples of successful hiring practices and how they contribute to business growth. We all want to grow our businesses.
That's it.
Do it by taking better care of your people. I'm going to get to do a podcast here in a little while, and I talked to the guy earlier. I talked to him at dinner last night, and it was really, really neat because it was just he's like, look, we're all about our employees, and it's like, man, that is cool. So it is. It's neat. I want to jump in here real quick. Indiana in the house. Samuel says, "What's up?" And Amber says, "Don't forget to take the kids on the cruise." Oh, I'm gonna forget. I don't know. Have I ever taken you on a cruise? Yeah. See.
I've
Yeah.
never been on one.
Yeah. See?
Ever.
See. Okay, I've only been on a couple. We're gonna roll into service work, and there are times that you have to say no.
There is. And, like, you've got to have some professional boundaries on service calls. Setting the boundaries up front with what you're going there to do, what all you're tasked with. Because guess what? You're a business. You're scheduled out for the day. You've got all these calls that you've got to hit and everything. Well, there's just one other thing that you might as well do this too while you're here after you've already packed up and loaded the van and everything and you're ready to roll out. It's like, well, you're going to have to figure out the right way to address these.
Well, and here's the deal, though. You've got to look at it and say, is this something that could be its own service call?
Mm-hmm.
Or is this something that I need to call? Hey, by the way, I think I have a leak under the house. Can you hang around and look for it? Yeah. Let me call the office. Hey, can y'all send somebody else over here? I'm supposed to get over here. So stuff like that's big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And setting the boundaries, it's essential to maintain the professionalism and prevent burnout. Because if that's going to extend your day, you're finding this leak, well, that's a couple hours and then fixing it, reroute, whatever it ends up being. Well, then you still got those 4 calls and you're going to get burnout is what this can lead to. So learning to say no respectfully can protect your time and the resources here.
You mean you don't just say, oh, hell no?
Well, not to your customer's face. I know you're saying that in your head, but that's not what comes out of your mouth, okay?
And I tell you another good way that I've used before, because most of my clients were little old ladies.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I think they all were. And if I was at your house and you said, hey, man, look, I think I got a leak under here. I need you to hang around for a while, see if you can help me find it. I'm like, you know what? And I'd love to, but I got a little old lady whose water's turned off. Can I get back over here tomorrow or the next day?
Oh, I like it.
And they don't want to put a little old lady out who doesn't have water.
Yep.
And like I said, most of my clients were little old ladies. Most of them didn't have water.
Yeah. And that's it. You've got to find a polite way to explain that reason why you are declining what they want, because you don't want to lose that customer. You don't want to lose that business either. So having a strategic way to handle that and plan ahead of that so that it's not on the spot. And then every time it's, yeah, sure. Oh, dang it. Oh, I forgot about all this other stuff. Like, man, this turned into a few hours. Well, that's a major setback now. And I didn't have anybody to call to send on the other things. You've got to explain that up front to your customers. You could also suggest some other solutions or timelines that work for you. Like you were saying, man, look, I've got this going on. Could I swing by here tomorrow? Is that cool with you? You know, because you have an opening then. Try to figure out what you've got and give them some different options.
And even if tomorr's your day off,
yes,
it may be, wait, I sold a $20,000 job on my day off.
Yep.
I'm going to make a $4,000 day. Okay, it's not a bad deal.
That's it. And you really want to keep the interactions respectful to preserve that client relationship. And, don't just tell them hell no.
Even though you want
Even
to.
though that's what's in your head, because I know it's going to add time. It adds some frustrations, other things that you got to juggle. I understand.
And look, you've got to be able to set those boundaries. You've got to be able to say, look, it's 4 o'clock. It takes 2 to 4 hours to find a leak.
Yep.
On a sewer line. It can take all day. Water lines are normally a couple hours, but still you say, hey, look, it's 4 o'clock. That's going to take a couple hours. I'm gonna have to shut off your water for a while. I'm gonna have to do some different things. Can we get that scheduled, early next week? I'm off Monday, but I would love to come over here and take care of that. And, having conversations like that is good. And what that does is it leads to better outcomes for both the service provider and the client. Because you're not sitting here looking at your watch thinking, dude, I got to get out of here. I got a date in a little while.
Well, then also changing it to that, just like you said, look, I want to plan this for next week. Early in the morning, though, that way we know that you have water back on by the time you get home from work so that you can provide for the family at home and have everything back up and running. And that's how it benefits both parties, okay? If you've got that, use it.
It's pretty neat. All right, let's roll into materials, equipment, tools, because look, guys, there's new tools, there's new materials, there's new equipment every single day. But today what we're going to talk about is tool rental versus ownership, when to buy and when to borrow.
Yep.
And I love buying. I do. But I don't want to spend a lot of money on a tool that I'm only going to use once a year or something.
That's it. Like building my training center out here, a trencher. I don't need to own a trencher. I'm not going to dig that many trenches. Now, over my whole lifetime, yeah, maybe, but I've got to upkeep that thing and drag it around with me all my life and everything to use it enough.
Put it in storage.
No, thanks. I'll
Pay for
just
it for
rent
10
it.
years.
Yeah, that's it. So you've got to think, what is the best thing for this tool that I need, and how often am I really going to use this? But deciding also depends on a lot of factors: the frequency you use, the cost, okay, and the maintenance. If I get this thing and I leave it sitting in a storage for 2 years before I use it again, what all maintenance am I going to have to go through to get that thing back to operational so that I can
Change
actually
the
use
oil,
it?
check all your belts and hoses and everything.
That's it. Or is there companies that you can go in together on one of these pieces of equipment that everybody uses and schedules? You can think of some things like that.
Interesting.
But I think renting tools needed for these one-off projects are great. If it's something that you're going to use regularly, monthly, something like that, it may be time to start thinking about purchasing that and owning it.
As a plumber, I used to rent a camera in the beginning.
Yeah.
There was a
Starting
place.
out, yeah.
There was a place out in Rockwall that I could drive out there and rent a camera, and it's like $300 a day. People say, "Wow, that's a lot of money." Yeah, but I would book 3 camera jobs in a day.
Yeah.
I would charge each one of them $300 camera roll, so I made my money back.
Yep.
And I'd be out there like 5 o'clock the day before. That way, I had it with me first thing in the morning, and I'll tell him, "I'm gonna rent it for tomorrow." But if I'm not back by 5 o'clock, I'll have it out here before you open the next morning at 8. And he's like, I'm good with that. It worked. It really did. It worked.
Good.
And you've got to look at your cost analysis. You got to compare the long-term cost versus of renting versus purchasing, and look at the maintenance. Owning tools requires upkeep. Rentals often include the maintenance. There's a lot of different stuff there. Now, renting cameras is something that a lot of people tell you, look, I don't like doing that because. Okay, that's your prerogative. Renting cameras for me, these guys took care of their cameras. I don't damage cameras. I treat every camera I've ever touched like it's mine.
Yep.
That camera head is not a hammer. I don't use it to try to pound out a clog or anything like that. But there's also been times where, buying tools, we could have rented a press tool whenever we did the big air job in Wiley.
Yeah. No, I remember that. Yep.
But you know what? It was a lot of joints. And I was able to put all those joints together and say, hey, it would be smarter to buy this tool. We used the tool for about 2 hours and paid for it.
Yep.
And that ain't a cheap tool.
Nope.
Because we bought the big tool. We bought the jaws. We bought the mega press jaws. We bought everything that went with it. And it worked.
I know. I
But-
remember that call. Do you think this worked? Oh yes, that.
Yeah.
I was the guinea pig on that thing at the company I was at. And it's like, man, that thing is amazing at how quick it speeds up your labor, and that's the advantage.
And you've got to think about what's best for you.
Yep.
And look, we own a residential plumbing company. It would be nice for us to be able to climb up in people's attics and have the mega press jaws. It would be nice to have it for copper when we needed it. It'd be nice to have it. So we did stuff like that. And then the cool thing is, man, we rolled it over into social media. We started making videos about all the different stuff that we were doing. And I talk about social media because I talk about YouTube. And what I want y'all to think about is, if you're not doing YouTube, if you aren't telling people what you're doing, and remember, guys, YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. If you're paying for ads, if you're paying for SEO, if you're paying for all that, you should be on social media. And to me, YouTube is the place to start because it's a search engine. It's something you can do yourself. You can make that long form content. And then when you get good at it, we can cut that and repurpose it on all these other platforms. But I have people tell me all the time, like, I can't do YouTube because. And normally their becauses don't make sense to me. It's because I don't have the right equipment, because I don't have any followers, because I'm not getting any views. I can't do this. Guys, you can. And you can end up building the same type thing I've built. So if you're interested in this, I made a webinar. I teach you the things that people tell me all the time is the reason they can't do it. And then I turn around and show them, look, really, you can. So if it's something you'd be interested in watching, it's a free webinar. Go to www.justmattroger.com, sign up for it, check it out, and let me know what you think. Because I'm telling you, starting to do YouTube could change your business for you, your life, whatever it is you're working on. Good luck with it.
And everybody, we'd like to thank Leak Pro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks, where we build the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. And when I say we, I mean me. I build all the equipment here.
Whoa. I ordered the cases the first time.
You ordered them?
You ordered them. I helped design them.
Yeah, you did. You signed off on the authorization.
But I helped design them too.
Yeah,
I work
you
on
did.
this. I work on this a lot. I make videos about
Look,
it
his
sometimes.
nose is growing.
I make videos about it sometimes.
I know. And we do. Like, I build a probe, T-handle style, guys, real durable for probing in and out of the ground. It's got a stainless steel rod on that. That's the one you want for that meter to the home service. But then also I build the Sidekick. Sidekick pistol grip style.
Magic.
Aluminum rod on it. Guys, that's the one you really want when you go indoors or listening through any slab, indoor or outdoor even. Because that aluminum rod, it enhances the sound even more than the probe does. But that's what eliminates that layer of concrete that you're listening through when you've got a leak underneath there. So definitely check out the equipment at www.leak-pro.com. But also, if you don't know anything about it, give me a call. Come spend a couple days with me and do a 2-day training I've got here just outside of Dallas, Texas. I've got a center out here. I've got a slab with 11 leaks under it to go through, teach you how to locate lines, how to pinpoint locate those leaks. Also, I've got one outside of the slab itself so that you know what an underground leak sounds like too. But then I've got a couple sewer systems set up, one cast iron and one PVC. So you can learn to go to the double clean out outside of a home. And through testing, you can determine exactly where a sewer system's leaking under a home. So give me a call. We can talk about some training at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO. But also, this guy can talk with y'all and make sure that the marketing
now I
going
get to
the
do
right
something.
way. Now you get to do something, you know? Gotta make you do a little bit of work.
Man.
But you know, he's been screwed over by a lot of marketing companies. So he's studied it. He's learned from his lashes, and he doesn't want you to have to take any. So he likes to take a look and help you market this in your local area for your business so that you can become the leak detection guy in your space.
And sometimes I get screwed over by people that work for me claiming they do everything in the world, that I don't do anything. I just show up.
Can't believe people like that.
That is wrong, ain't it? That is wrong. That is just dirty and wrong.
Dirty. Sorry,
Man,
dogs.
Oh, man.
You must be related to him or something, I bet.
Probably. All right, we're going to roll into MEP, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. And I like this because we're talking about efficient electrical upgrades for aging buildings. And, me and you talk about this a lot because electricians, I mean, other than the fact they don't clean up after themselves, that they do, that they help save our buildings because aluminum wire is not good. There's panels that aren't good, but we don't all know that. If we go and turn on the light switch, we assume everything's fine, it works. So upgrading electrical systems in older buildings, it enhances the safety and the energy efficiency. And there's a lot of different upgrade strategies. Number one, the modern wiring. Replace outdated wiring to meet current safety standards. Now, we've done copper, we've done aluminum, we do all that. Everything's copper nowadays.
It used to not even have a ground, really.
Yeah, I know. Some
So,
things
like,
didn't.
yeah, some of these really old places still don't. So,
And the cool thing is, too, that there's energy efficient standards now and energy efficient fixtures that weren't around when our buildings were built.
yeah.
And installing LED lighting and energy saving appliances, guys, you can literally you can spend money on electricity and cut your electric bill to pay for it.
Yeah, like upgrading those fixtures, guys, and moving into the new place over here, everything was LED. And this was one of the renters said, man, it's so great. I got my first electrical bill, and I'm like, holy crap, this really is great. Like,
not too
oh my
shabby.
gosh, that's pretty smart. Because they've made it more efficient than the old style and the old ways. So modernize some of these things, even in your home. It will save you some money every month, I guarantee it.
I love it. And these smart systems, you can learn to integrate your smart system technology for better energy management.
Yep.
Now, Randy's got the LED fixture stuff. If we made that a smart home where it knows when somebody's in or it knows when to turn down, it knows when to turn up, it does all this, amazing.
That's it. And this can be like going in into some of these old facilities and upgrading the whole electrical system, replacing all the wire in the place. Guys, these can be some major renovations to bring it to current. It will pay off in the long haul, but they can be a lot of work because rewiring a whole building, that's a lot of work.
Yes, it is.
I've had to repipe a lot of buildings, so yes, there's stages, steps, procedures to get through it and work through it too.
The thing is, guys, look, at the end of the day, there's benefits to it. There's benefits to updating your electrical system, your HVAC system, even your plumbing. If you've got toilets built before 94 and you're flushing 5 to 7 gallons of water every time you flush, and you can upgrade to a toilet that flushes 1.28 gallons, guys, upgrades, they pay for themselves these days. They really do. And, you look at it and figure it out. It does. It makes it worthwhile.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so where the work is. Again, one of Randy's favorite topics.
Man, and I see it on my socials more and more coming across my feed.
Mm-hmm.
Data centers, guys. Okay, there are some lucrative contracts around a lot of states of the country, honestly. Today, I think we're just talking about a couple, but guys, they're showing up everywhere. Okay, and the demand for the data centers, it's growing even more exponentially, especially with AI, all the things like that. We're going to need to store a lot of data.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of significant developments in states like Texas,
Oh, yeah.
Indiana.
We've talked about Indiana twice today.
I know, twice today. Look, they're trying to keep up, ain't they?
Apologize
I like
if you're still in the house. We're talking about you, brother.
Yeah. But it increases a lot of need for skilled trades in building these data centers, guys. The more of them that are going out, the more work there is for all of us. If you're not in a skilled trade, think about it, because it's going to be booming. And
If you're not in a skilled trade, what are you in?
that's it. Yeah, and that's true. Every trade takes a skill, though, in
They
my
do.
eyes.
I
They're all
don't
a little
disagree.
different.
I don't
Yep,
disagree.
That's it. No,
And
and
the
it
only
takes
reason,
all of us.
the only reason I call plumbing, electrical, and HVAC skilled trades is there's a professional license involved, and that's it.
Yep.
I think nursing is a skilled trade.
Yep.
There's a professional license involved with it, and even some mechanics, they've got licenses by, whatever organization it is that
they're
licenses
working
them.
on. Yep.
So neat stuff.
But also, ongoing operations require electricians, HVAC techs,
Plumbers, maybe
pipe fitters,
Wait,
welders.
no, they don't need that for maintenance.
Oh, well, not for the maintenance.
Maybe a remodel.
end. But
Upgrade,
I know a
upgrade,
lot
baby.
of pipe fitters and welders that actually rolled over to become maintenance guys.
Oh, yeah.
At a lot of
And
facilities.
they bring a whole new skill level to it too.
They like we think different.
Yep.
Like
Oh, you think different?
we
right?
think different, and
they all think
every
different.
trade does a little bit too because we were all trained in our trade,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how we're trained to think. So it does give you some different mindsets stepping into some of those.
Absolutely.
And I love that. But guys, if you're in a state where data centers are going on, try to figure out where some are going to go
No
on.
doubt.
Figure out what GCs are out there. Figure out the mechanicals. See if you can be the right plumber, mechanical guy headed out there, electrician, whatever. If you're at a company, see if that's something that they want to bring in because guys, it's a lot of work. It typically happens as quick as possible also. But it can increase revenue for the whole company a lot really quick because these are massive projects. There's a lot that goes to everything to actually power a data center, to keep a data center cool, all these things. There's a lot of moving parts to it. So,
And guys, we need to be aware of that. We need to understand what's coming. And if you're not looking ahead, man, somebody else is going to pass you up.
that's it, guys. That is it. It's got to stay with what's current, what's trending, what's coming. These aren't going anywhere. We know the internet keeps getting faster and growing
IoT
bigger.
makes the world amazing.
Maybe we're coming out with more smart devices for anything and everything now. Guess what? They all need data stored somewhere at a data center. So, yep.
Guys, look, get involved with it. It really does. It'll make all the difference in the world. All right, we're going to jump into instructor training. And this is funny because it's using humor to enhance apprentice engagement. Now, a lot of apprentices they're nervous coming in. They don't know anything about anything.
Yep.
And you've got to be able to laugh. You've got to be able, especially with green apprentices, you got to be able to make fun of yourself because making fun of them ain't going to help. They're going to be like, look, I'm not coming back.
That's it. And like we always talk about, sending that apprentice, day one apprentice out for the pipe stretcher.
Maybe not day one.
Okay, well, maybe not, but depends.
Maybe day 10.
It depends.
See if he's going to make it.
Maybe. But whenever they come back and they're like, look, I really can't find that pipe stretcher. And you just kind of laugh. Cub, that's because there's not one.
Right.
But back when they sent me looking for one,
I
and you
looked
tell
forever.
them your story.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Okay, so I'm going to tell you what I did to Uncle Grant. All right, so me and Uncle Grant used to work at a burger place over here on Garland Road,
Okay.
Buckingham Road,
all right.
just the other side of Garland Road, right across from North Carolina High School.
My daddy's burger flipper.
Man, I was the manager. So anyway, it was one night and it was slow. And man, I grabbed my keys and I gave them to Uncle Grant. And I said, man, look, I said, tonight we got to clean the sign. We got to do it about once a month. I said, if you'll go out there and take this key right here, right down at the bottom, there's a key slot. And you got to pull back the weeds where they run up right around the edge of the pole or whatever. But turn that and it'll lower the sign. And the sign will come down on the ground where you can clean it off.
Yeah.
He looked out there for 20 minutes. He's like, he's pulling weeds back. Every time you come in, I'm trying not to laugh.
Yeah. It's down there.
It's down there somewhere. But guys, look, if you can bring humor in, it improves engagement and retention among these apprentices because they enjoy what they're doing. If you can make them laugh, you can make them have fun. Go back to Maya Angelou. People may not remember what you say or what you did, but they will remember how you made them feel.
Yeah.
Man, if you can make it fun. I mean, I look back on my plumbing. I'm going to call it an apprenticeship, even though I didn't go through an apprenticeship. But when I was a helper, and man, I worked with some great plumbers and I learned some good stuff. And it's a good feeling. And we would. Sometimes we'd laugh on the job. Sometimes we cut up. But you know what? Man, sometimes we got serious too.
Yep.
And it's time to hump it then. But humor captures interest and keeps learners engaged. If you can make people laugh, you can make them smile, you can make them have fun, you can make them enjoy it, you can keep them engaged. And that's what culture is all about. Get people involved, make them have fun, make them enjoy things. And I say make them, let them do things that they enjoy.
Yeah.
But it also, it enhances your memory because funny anecdotes can make lessons more memorable.
Yep. Big time. Like if you're cutting up and you hear a good story about this one time that I felt, And it ends up being a funny thing because nobody was actually hurt and things like that. Like that's what do we find funny in most comedy things? Somebody getting hurt. Like, I mean, that's just what happens. And when they don't get hurt too bad, it's funny. We laugh. Like that's most time I laugh. I feel like is whenever I get hurt because I laugh at how dumb it was because I could have avoided it. And I know that most of the time.
And here's the deal. What's the first thing when you have an accident that doesn't hurt? You look around and say, who saw me?
Yep.
I mean, literally, it's like, oh, it's like you're looking around like, did anybody see that?
That's it.
And it is. It's funny because, I mean, slips, trips, and falls that don't injure somebody, the first thing is they're looking around like, did anybody see me trip over that piece of pipe?
I know. Okay, so slips, trips, and falls, and did somebody see him?
I know.
So one day we're at the water park, early in the morning. Superintendent comes down to walk the job. Well, that pipe's slick early in the morning.
Oh, did I slip and fall?
You had busted so hard, and you did. You jumped out and you looked around, and I'm going, yeah, I saw it. I saw it.
Yeah, I believe it.
And it does. It sneaks up on all of us because we can laugh it off. Luckily, he wasn't hurt.
Right.
And I can
I'm
tell
still
that
here.
by how quick he got up.
I don't know if y'all know this, but I survived.
He survived. But guys, you've got to be able to laugh. Like with some icy days, guys, sometimes you don't see it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's slicker than snot. And here we go. Ice skating across the parking lot, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh,
On our
am I
belly
gonna
and
fall
our
or
all
what?
four
Like
arms,
I'm
yeah.
trying to stay balanced. Or can I get to the curb or not? Let's see if I make it to the grass. And you typically bust your butt.
Yeah, it can be kind of crazy.
So that's it.
You ever slip, tripped, or fall that nobody ever saw? That you're like, thank God.
Me never. Yeah, right.
BS. And that means bullshit. I'm just
I
going
have
to throw
fallen.
that out there.
I've fallen plenty of times without anybody seeing.
You're
it.
going
I
to fall later
guarantee it.
today. I'm going to help you.
Good.
I'm just saying. And we've done that too. No, we haven't. We would never.
No
Neither one
horseplay.
of
We
us.
don't
I know.
horseplay. Nah,
I know.
can't be having none of that.
Yeah, somebody's not afraid of spiders, so you really want to
right.
make somebody jump.
Yep.
You ever seen a grown man jump through the roof of a barn? It can happen. Just saying.
That's me.
Okay, specialty, and this is a good one because elevator installation and maintenance is one of the top paying trades there is.
Yeah.
Their benefits. I mean, I remember talking to somebody one time, and we were on a job, and I don't know, we're waiting on something, and I'm down by the escalator shaft, and they're working on it, or pit. And we're talking. I said, so you like doing this? They're like, oh yeah. So what do you mean? So well, I've almost got 2,000 hours in this year. So okay, that's normal. And we're like November, December, something like that. He said at 2,000 hours we get 2 years service. I'm like, wait, what? He said, well, a full year service for us is 1,500 hours. You put in 500 more hours, it is another year of service. So I said, so wait a minute, you can work 15 years and retire with 30 years service? He said, yeah. He said, look, people do that all the time. I said,
Yeah.
that's crazy. I said, but you're kind of old. How many years have you got in? He said, oh, this is my second career. I'm going to retire with 2 full pensions. He had been an electrician or something like that. Retired, got out of the union, whatever it was, getting a pension, joined the elevators union, was going to get a full second pension. Imagine retiring with 2 full pensions. Not a bad gig.
Not at all. Last week we had a guy in here that was getting into the elevators, asking some questions, and it was like,
Great union to get in.
you are going to be doing a lot of trades in one because y'all touch a little bit of everything in that trade, which is really cool.
And they are among the highest paid tradespeople with opportunities in installation, maintenance, and repair. So they get to do a little bit of all of it, which to me is, man, that's the fun part. You don't get bored. You work on elevators, you work on escalators, you rebuild them, you replace them, you remodel them, you install them from the beginning. Every time I walk through the airport and I see a problem there with an escalator or something, I'm like, yeah, somebody's going to make some money.
Yep.
Somebody's going to make some money.
That's it.
And I looked for this earlier and didn't even see all this down here.
What
Oh,
do you mean?
well. I didn't see any of the comments coming through over on YouTube. I mean, coming through here.
Oh.
Like all of them
Well,
are.
because it's down lower.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I get it.
Oh,
I get it.
yeah.
I get it.
I don't even watch it for it. I watch them over here.
Yeah.
But guys, there's a high demand. If you're in any urban areas, if there's high rises around, definitely plenty of elevator work. Urban development increases the need for elevator service. Guess what? Each high rise, that's new elevator. It's multiple elevators that go into that thing. And one thing I've learned from a buddy that lived in high rises, elevators are always going down for some reason. So they're always needing to be worked on.
Yeah, on a regular basis.
So,
And they require knowledge in mechanics, electronics, safety, all kinds of different things. And there's so many different ways of training, but to be honest, the best way is join the elevator union.
Yep.
It is going to be, it's going to be your way in. It's going to be what educates you, and it's also going to help you get to work.
that's it. And like I was telling the young guy week was, you deal with some concrete. I've seen them in there grinding concrete down because the concrete pour was a little too much into the elevator shaft.
Oh yeah, they're serious about that.
Installing rails, completely building out the full elevator. Like, it is a very neat trade. And they require a lot of skills because they don't just do one thing.
Right, they do all of it.
So many parts and pieces.
Okay, so Wayne S. is greatly appreciate what you're doing to share knowledge and build community. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
And he also says, the trades gave me the foundation for a career in city administration. It's not just a job, it's a launch pad. Appreciate the Trade Talks for highlighting this and giving the trades the spotlight. Man, you're welcome, brother. Look, I love what we get to do. We get to do some really cool stuff with some really cool people. Headed down to talk to a potential sponsor this afternoon. Then Tuesday, I head to Atlanta to go to Schluter to learn the new shower pan type installation. Schluter. I don't know why I've always called it Schluter. But man, it's just neat stuff. So it's fun stuff that we get to do. And we're going to roll in here. Social media spotlight's a little different today.
It is, guys. It's something that we were actually talking about yesterday, and that's why.
I know.
Because
I recognize that guy.
you were out, and I usually cover you when you're out. And I think I did cover you last week. But we were talking about something yesterday.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
And guys, okay, here, let's do
do
this
it like we
right
normally
real
do.
quick.
667,000 subscribers. Thank y'all. If y'all have not gone over to Roger Wakefield Plumbing Education and subscribed, do it. Do it. Hit the subscribe button, ring the bell. That way you notice when the videos come up.
I don't know if his mustache looks as good as yours, though.
I trimmed it a little bit. I did. I trimmed it just a little bit.
I noticed. It is a little shorter
I did.
today.
Every now and then it gets real long, and when I go and trim it, I like feel like I'm notching too much, and I'm like, I'm just going to trim the whole thing back down.
Look at this guy, 127 million.
Almost 128.
I know, getting close.
I'm just saying.
Getting close.
Okay, latest.
Man, look at those. Stop your water heater noises now.
Mm-hmm.
Most popular, how to fix a running toilet, guaranteed.
5.4 million views on that one video. 4.2 on the next one. We're doing a few things right. Whoa!
But here's the part we were talking about yesterday, guys.
Where'd you go? Whoa!
Kinda-
Wait! We don't pull up my old videos.
Kind of back how it all started.
Okay, now these first
I think
first two, and then the one right under it.
Okay.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4. The honest, the what is lead AP, the professional, and the reliable. Those were all videos that we shot as kind of as. Okay. Then the third one up there, Roger Wakefield is the next American Standard plumbing expert. That was a video that we did to try to win the contest through American Standard. They're looking for America's next expert plumber.
Lead AP.
And those are 8 years ago. These are back before we were doing video for YouTube.
And I think it's after the radio shows, right?
Probably, yeah, that's probably
Kinda
right
the
around in
quick-
here. There's tip number 5. Where's tip number 1? Right down below it, 7 years ago. Quick plumbing tip number 1. What does plumbing involve? Probably one of my first in-studio videos. I don't know, it's only 45 seconds.
Oh, this is This is how it started.
It's one of them.
Now,
Now I don't know if y'all can hear or not.
you were in front of a laptop, right?
Uh-huh.
Guys, if you're not on socials, you can start.
Yeah, if I can do this, you can. Just saying.
Laptops are a lot better now too. The cameras on there, if you've got a modern one.
So go back to the other ones. I'm trying to see where the ones are where it's like me just sitting in front of the and that may have been a laptop. It may not. Yeah, go back to the oldest. I'm looking for one maybe 7 to 10 minutes. Here you go. Hold on, slow just a little bit. Okay, that's the extra. No, the other ways down. Okay, that's radio.
Yeah.
I'm looking for one about 10 minutes. How to check? That's radio. That's radio. Or Tangle. Those are all 2-minute
Probably
videos.
after these
Yes, yeah, come down
shorties is
after
what
those.
I'm thinking.
Is plumbing a good job? That's a radio. Yeah, you can just hover over it and tell. How to stay on top. All the ones that say the expert plumber are radio, and we probably
Okay.
uploaded
Yep.
those all at one time.
Here we go.
How to shut
This
off your
is-
water.
Yeah. Let's say
How,
here's
how long is that one?
it's just a few minutes, I think. I gotta add
We
it
need to
to this
upgrade you to
channel. I
premium.
know this channel. Yep. 2.5 minutes. That's
okay.
just a quick.
Just a quick. Let me teach you a trick.
Let me teach homeowner
bet.
how to do this
You bet.
because of how much money that can save them on damages. Holy cow, guys!
Uh huh. Yeah, that's a big thing to know. How to
That's the
turn off your
major
water.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to love that little intro too.
Dang it, I forget. I gotta
Go back up to
go back up and then all this, and then scroll back down.
You bet. Okay, keep scrolling. Let me pick one because there's gonna be one. That's all iHeartRadio. Keep going.
It's actually in the shop.
Yeah, that's gonna be one. That's not the ones that. Man, I've got the ones where I just sat down and I used Google
Here you go.
Live. I wonder if
Like,
somebody. There we go.
Here-
There we
here,
go. Take
this
that.
is
One.
going to be really close.
There you go.
Like this is going to be really close to how it truly started.
Yeah, I'm backed up. I'm probably halfway back down my desk.
Yep.
I'm just talking about plumbing.
That's it. And like one of the things you're always talking about, with all the reasons why
Scroll
you
down
can't
just a little
start.
bit.
Oh, it's got to be perfect. I need to have everything set up just right. Guys, it doesn't have to be perfect to get started.
858 views, and it's been up almost 8 years. Okay, guys, I know it's not right, but look at that. I'm literally
Leave a
looking at a
comment.
laptop over here. Leave a comment
Leave
down
a
there, y'all.
comment. Love it. Love it.
It is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, even look at our pop-ups on there.
Uh-huh.
I didn't have a call to action. The banner behind me is what made the phone ring. We just got lucky. We really did. We got lucky.
That's it.
So anyway, man, it's pretty good. We love what we get to do, but look, I'm known as the expert plumber. I leverage social media to educate and inspire tradespeople. And I do. I think I get to live the most amazing life in the world because I get to talk to y'all every day. Whether it's in video, whether it's here, it really doesn't matter. But it's educational content. It offers tutorials and insights into the plumbing trade. And I am an industry advocate. I promote the value of skilled trades and professional development. And there's a lot of different things about it, but I understand that YouTube people or tradespeople can use social media to grow their businesses, to grow and share their knowledge, to grow and share what they do better than anybody else. And if you'll learn how to do this, the cool thing about it to me is you can grow a business. But one of the very first times that I'd gone down to Waco and done something down there, and we went and ate at a Mexican restaurant. And when we finished, I went to walk out, and the manager walks up. She says, "Hey, do you make videos?" And I'm like, "Yes, sir, I do." And he says, "Man, one of my busboys loves you." He says, "Do you mind if I bring him in and let him take a picture with you?" I said, "Oh, no, that's fine." So the guy comes up and he shakes my hand and we take a picture. He says, "Man, I just love your videos on TikTok." I'm like, "Wait, what?" And it blew my mind because I but even then didn't think of myself as a TikToker. So it's kind of crazy. And what did you think when you first heard or saw? Because from you, it's a completely different point of view because you had people at work come and say, "What the heck is your dad doing?"
That's it. Everybody always asks me, you know, like, what do you think about your dad being on YouTube? I said, look, he's crazy and he's lost it.
Still have. I ain't found it yet.
But guys, that is the perfect spot for him to be him. And like, that's my favorite that I always hear, even still to this day, is everybody that comes up and meet it, they're like, oh my God, you're just like you are on camera. And it's like, guys, I'm telling you, it's him. Like, it is where he can go and be his self 100,000%. And that's what he does. He gives you who he really is, what he really believes, his weird love of plumbing. I think it's weird, but you know, like, that's it. Like, he truly does care about it.
Yeah.
I loved my trade too. I do. A master pipe fitter, did it for years.
You weren't in love with it.
I
though.
didn't like,
but you loved it. Big
well,
difference.
and that's it. And you know, and I guess like
I'm extremely
not as many
passionate
people
about
need
it. Yes.
need a pipe fitter.
Right.
Okay. Everybody needs a plumber
bet.
out there.
You
So
bet.
it is a little different in that aspect too. So, okay.
I love
yeah.
that. Guys, if you want to learn to do what I did, but you think, man, I can't. I literally made a webinar just teaching you to look, really, you can. Don't worry about having the right equipment. Don't worry about having enough subscribers or enough views or anything like that. All you need to worry about is the fact that you've got a message, you've got a story that somebody out there needs to hear. And if you will start doing YouTube, they can hear that. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. That blew my mind. There are people out there searching for the thoughts you're having, for the video you need to create. And when they search and find you, they'll connect with you. So if doing YouTube is something you've thought about, but you think, I can't do it, go watch the free webinar that I made. And I'm telling you, it'll work. Just go watch it and learn that there's nothing out there you can't do, because I'm telling you, you can. And if you want to learn how to do YouTube and then learn how to expand it into Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere else, you can. Just go to www.justmattroger.com and hopefully I'll see you there.
Everybody, we'd like to thank Leak Pro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks. They let us come in here, hang out, and talk trades for an hour, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Central, so that we can catch you live on the East Coast for your lunch, or you can catch us, the replay, anywhere else in the country
After
for your lunch, okay? Tune in, check it out. We appreciate it. But Leak Pro does manufacture the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. If you're a plumber out there, you're tired of waiting the 2 to 6 weeks for a leak detection guy, and you don't offer it in-house,
You're crazy.
check out our equipment, guys. It's simple. It's easy to use. It's super user-friendly. It's like geophones on steroids. Push-button activation. The only adjustment on the whole thing is the volume knob itself. One wire up to the headphones, and that's it. Check out the complete kit at www.leak-pro.com. The complete kit's like a one-man business in a box. So check it out. But if you don't know anything about it, give me a call, and we can talk about a 2-day training that I do out here just outside of Dallas, Texas. Teach you how to locate lines, pinpoint locate leaks under a slab, outside of a slab, how to find leaks on a sewer system, exactly which branch line under the house.
I know.
So, and even how to market leak detection as a service that your business handles in your local area. Give us a call at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO. Guys, it's Friday. I know the weekend is coming. It's not quite here yet. We still got a little bit of the day to get through. Let's get through it. Guys, get out there, hit it effing hard. Hope y'all tune in next week. I may be out Monday, Tuesday for some training. We'll see. Weather's looking rough, so we'll see how that comes out and turns out.
And we'll see, because Tuesday I'm somewhere.
You're fine. Yeah.
I knew I was somewhere. Somehow, some way, we'll figure it out. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Happy Friday. And like you said, remember, the day's not over yet. Don't be thinking about what you're going to be doing tomorrow and Sunday. Get through the day first. So whatever you're doing out there today, do it safe and have fun.
Everybody, get out there, enjoy your weekend, hit it effing hard. We will see y'all back here Monday. Bye, guys.
And Juice Man, yes, he is my son. Good afternoon to y'all. Thank you very much. See